Hey there, it's Amy. A couple of you asked to see the inside of my album, so I'm going to try this whole IGTV thing out. Really only 2 of you asked to see inside, but I thought, hey, you know what, I'll give it a shot. So these are the 2 planners I'm working with, or album and planner that I'm working with. This first one I picked up at Target in the dollar spot, you know, a whole dollar. You can see that right here on the back. Yep, it's from Target. These I added myself. They're from Pretty Little Studio. I just glued them right on. They were from the Sending Memories line, and I stumbled across them the other day, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So, well, of course, I only have January, and I'm not going to work on this album until, or planner, or whatever you want to call it, until after the month. I kind of started on February, and then I realized I was putting too much and had too much anticipation for it. And so my plan is at the end of the month to print out 1 3/4 photos squared to put in the grid. I tried using the Heidi Swap ones, the photo paper from her memory planner, and it didn't fit in these grids, and it was kind of like making my OCD nuts. So this is what's working for me. So I just printed, I can get 6 photos on 5x7 at 1 3/4 size in, what is it, iPhoto on my Mac. So this is my first spread, and I'm actually very, very happy with it. Okay, no, I'm good. I used some Pretty Little Studio and some old Amy Tangerine stuff that I had. I used, this is it Savannah Dreams? I think it is, from Pretty Little Studio. And one of my points of this is to use my stash, to use my stamps, to use stuff that I already have. These are days that, you know, I went to the gym or Pilates, and I want to incorporate that, but I don't want it to be my main focus. Like, hey, I went to the gym every freaking day. So, and these are pumpkin paper. I'll have to add a link or something. I think I bought them a year or 2 ago. So, you know, I think this is, these were Elle Studios. No, these might have been Pink Fresh Studio. This might have been Elle Studio. These 2. I think that's Amy Tangerine. And that's just a little look into my month. Our vacation house got broken into the garage door, so it was really like the only picture I took the whole time. So that's that one. I saw a rainbow on the freeway, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day morning, whatever you want to look at it. I play around and decorate the new house, even though we still don't live in it. Selfies in bed. Having way too much fun with Snapchat filters. Taco Tuesdays. And this is like a random photo that I text Kevin. He had asked me if I wanted to go to lunch with everybody from work. It's Taco Tuesday, and I declined, and then I ended up going to Del Taco and getting a fish taco. So, you know, funny little things that happened between us. I had seen this on Instagram, and I screenshotted it and sent it to Kevin, because, you know, I might shave my legs for him. So here is a little look into February. My things are a little sticky. I started to add a little bit. I had already went through and I had started to add stickers, and I had marked out, you know, the days that I go to like my personal trainer days, my Pilates days, and I was like, but this doesn't leave me room for anything if something else comes up. You know, I don't want this to be about working out. That will be in a completely different book. And I just have a small little journal that I'm taking a photo of the first day of the month and putting in a traveler's notebook. These are from Savannah Dreams from Pretty Little Studio, and it poured rain on Saturday, it poured rain on Sunday, so I have to say it's pretty safe to say that those 2 are perfectly fine staying there. I took a couple photos that day, but I like these. I think they'll be cute amongst them. So you know, it's just a nice clean slate at the month's end. You know, I can sit down and do 2 months at a time, or however. You know, I travel a lot and I don't always have time to keep track of every week. So, and then also I get a little overwhelmed with how the spread looks. Like, I need it to be the same or all different. So I think this is gonna work good for me this year. So I went ahead and instead of waiting every month to put the tabs on, I went ahead and put the tabs on now. They're not straight. I threw them on probably at 11 o'clock one night. So this is my dollar planner. The next one is an album I have had for quite some time. I probably picked it up at Joann's on the clearance rack. I think it's Heidi Swap because I have a punch that it matches, a 4-hole punch. So, and I have page protectors that fit in this book. So that's why I'm thinking it's Heidi Swap. My shadows are a little off on this, aren't they? Okay, so you know, I used to subscribe to the Elle Studio monthly kit, and I loved it. And the problem is, when you're on a design team, you don't ever get to use other people's products when you're scrapbooking. And I always claimed, oh, I'm gonna scrap for myself, and that never happened. So this is a book to use up all that past stuff that I've purchased. Plus I've been on Pretty Little Studios design team since 2013, I think. And I have a lot of Pretty Little Studio. I have a lot of stuff. I buy too much. Anyways, my December daily this past year, I really was happy with it. I took the time, but not too much time, to play around with it. I also made, and I did it in a Becky Higgins Project Life Instax album, and I loved it because I love the size of 5x7. I wish there was more than just a pink and a green album. I would use it all the time and wish it was a little bit thicker. I'm hoping that these D-rings are big enough for the whole year. If not, I have another one of these albums that I will pull out. Or if you just think that December won't be in this album as much as like all of December, so I'll probably be able to, because you know, not every time of the year is always busy. I made a really fun summer album last year. I didn't bind it or anything, but I have all my bits and pieces, and it's like my concert tickets and stuff like that, and I'm really happy to have a place for them instead of just in a Ziploc bag in a bin. So back to this album. This is just something I had. It happened to be right there, so I grabbed it for this album, just punched the hole. Here's my monthly marker from Instagram, and I'll use that every month for marking my month throughout the year. You know, I play with stickles, and I think these are from a Studio Calico kit that were just right there. I'm like, how perfect do they go with this? Pink Fresh Studio, I love them, and I love these little tabs. I love to add a little extra bits and pieces. Oops, I hit the camera. So there's January. Here was New Year's Eve before we went out. Got it stamped, and you know, Snapchat filters, and look at Kevin with the eyelashes, so silly. I picked this up at Starbucks. I let it snow somewhere else, and I don't remember. I think I actually picked this up in San Diego like 3 weeks ago. Anyways, just fun to put it in here. This was New Year's Eve morning, right after we came in from celebrating. On January 8th, I woke up like this. And so some of these photos are photos that I have Instagrammed. Some of these photos aren't. It's the ones that make me happy. I mean, I might include ones that make me unhappy, but you know, it's my album. I can tell what I want, and I just want to have not necessarily happy memories, but just something fun, and that's what I want to focus on. So, you know, I put my little clear tab. I went to see Mary Poppins Returns with Colton and Sherry, and I think this is from Sunny Memories from Pretty Little Studio. And this is from the Fairy Tale Club. Loved it. I love that I got to see that movie. Now I can't say so much about the movie, but we had a really great time, and so this was the only photo I took, so I scrapped it. And then I found this sweatshirt, and I just think this couldn't have come out any funnier. He's like so not impressed with it. And like here I have Allie Edwards' little piece that I just stuck on it. I think I buy kits and then never use them. Then after my December daily, I was like, I love these tabs so much. I think I ordered like 100 of them, different sizes and colors and blah, blah, blah. Love this from Elle Studio, my week in review. Now my thing is I have to remember the days to what happened on those days. So I just know that, it rained, and I know this was on the 16th, and so I went back by my week in review. I had to go back and look at my photos and say, hey, what happened? We went to San Diego those days, so that's why I put San Diego, because I don't know. Anyways, I might go back and add more photos from that week. I had already printed this little guy out, and so I'd scrapped it also too. Snapchat filters from that month. I came across this looking for some cute stuff for St. Patrick's Day for Pretty Little Studio, and for ideas, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. So like I said, if it's something that just makes me happy, I want to add it to my album. I actually made it my my desktop wallpaper too. And then here's a weather report from Elle Studio. Love this card. I did a little watercoloring. I don't really mess around too much with the mixed media or anything, but I wanted to give it a little bit of fun. This was the high of the day and the low of the day, according to the internet. We had thunder and lightning that day, and it was pretty crazy. I ran this through my We Are Memory Keepers typecast. I taped it onto, washi taped it onto copy machine paper, and then ran it through, so it was simple and easy. And then this was my February monthly marker on Instagram. Thank you to Jamie for pointing out that I had posted a February calendar from who knows what year, so I had to go back and find a new one, and I was able to find this one for 2019. I got my February tag. I don't even know what you call these tabs. There's Jaeger with doggy glasses. He's going blind in one eye. Well, he is completely blind in one eye and going blind in the other. So, it was funny to see the Snapchat filter. I sent these photos to Kevin saying, hey, maybe he can see better with the glasses. And then I've had this hanging up on like a board next to my computer for a couple years. I don't even know who's it from. I don't know. Anyways, I was like, oh, I'm gonna add some yarn, blah, blah, blah. And then here, I think this paper, it's for a Pretty Little Studio line. And I might go back and fill the back sides of stuff. I don't know. I like that I can always be fussing with it, and I'm not gonna mess it up or change the look of it, because everything about this album is supposed to be random. On February 2nd, we got 2 inches. Actually, we got 3 inches that day, which is incredible for Los Angeles in 24 hours. I found this, I wanted to, wish everybody happy Groundhog Day, and it was interesting. It was really interesting to me that he didn't see a shadow this year, because we were like in this huge major storm, and everybody was in the polar vortex and blah, blah, blah. So then I created, here's more pictures from that day. I created this. It's a little off, but it's okay. I'm going to keep track of the weather for this month, because typically here in Los Angeles, we just have sunny days and sometimes gloomy days, but I don't know what the ratio is, but I'm going to say like 65% of our days are sunshine. So we've had a couple of big storms this past month, and so I thought it would be fun to keep this as a rain gauge. So I have another piece that I have sitting next to my desk that I fill out every day. Today, I just drove up. I live about a mile to the entrance, mile from the entrance to the Angeles National Forest, and we got snow in this last storm. So I've already printed it and put it in for the day. This is from Pretty Little Studio. And as you can see, this page protector goes to this book. This is Heidi Swap. The page protector, goes with it. This is an Instax from Becky Higgins, and I just punched more holes for it. And then this one back here, the 3x4 one, this is from Allie Edwards' 3x6, 3x8 album, whatever it is. So you can see you can make them work for anything, and that's what I like. Oh, and here, this one's a 4x6, and it belongs with this album too. So that is my walkthrough, my flip through of this album. I can't wait to print more pictures and find more things that make me happy and add them in here and do another walkthrough. Maybe I'll do a walkthrough every 3 months, every quarter or something. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't even care. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.